going to talk about how we can learn C programming language. In this session, mainly I'm going to discuss three important points. The first point is how programming languages have changed the world and why should we learn them? Secondly, why should we learn C programming language before we learn any other languages? Finally, I would like to discuss the basic rules and keywords of C programming language. Now let us discuss how programming languages have changed the world and why should we learn them. To give a better understanding, I'll choose few examples: banks applications, Google Maps, and YouTube. Imagine that if we didn't have those applications, how hard our life should have been. If we didn't have YouTube, we wouldn't have entertained ourselves and learned anything from YouTube. And if we didn't have Google Maps, we wouldn't have traveled to the places that we didn't know. And if we didn't have banks applications, how hard our life should have been. For example, assume that you're in Mysuru and the person you need to pay the money to is in Bangalore. That means you should travel all the way to Bangalore, hand over the money to him, and return to Mysore. That would have taken a whole day. But now, with a click of a button, the money gets transferred. And these applications are built using programming languages. So I request you to learn as many programming languages as you can and start helping the world. The second thing that we are going to discuss is why should we learn C programming language before we learn any other languages? The first thing is if you learn C programming language, other languages like C++, Java, JavaScript will be easy to learn because these programming languages are built using C programming language. And the second thing is operating systems, games, and device drivers are built using C programming language. And the third thing is C programming language works faster even in a low memory space. So I request you to learn C programming language before we learn any other languages. Now let us discuss the basic rules and keywords of C programming language. The first thing that we are going to discuss is what is C programming language? Before we get into the details of learning C programming language, let us understand what is programming language. Programming language is a language that computers can understand. For example, if we need to add two numbers, let's say 6 and 4, we can ask a person to add 6 and 4. He'll add and say it's 10. But if we want the computer to add 6 and 4, then we can't ask the computer in any of the languages that we speak. But the only way is to ask the computer in its own language, that is, programming language. C programming language is one of them. Here is a program that asks the computer to add 6 and 4. Before we learn what the program does, let us learn the rules of the program. The first rule is any instructions you write, it should be within a pair of braces under main function. That is main. Open parenthesis and close parenthesis. Open brace and close brace. Within that, we should ask the computer what we need. And we follow the same rule here too. That is main, open parenthesis and close parenthesis. Open brace, then here is the instructions that were given to the computer. And here we are using a close brace. That was the first rule. What is the second rule? The second rule is whenever you write a program, you should mention the data type and the variable. As you can see, we mentioned int as a data type and A, B, C, the variable. That was the second rule. And the third rule is once you declare the data type and the variables, you should assign the values. As you can see, we assign the values like A, assignment operator 6. That means A is storing the value 6, B is storing the value 4. That was the third rule. Now here we are asking the program to add A and B, that is 6 and 4, and store the answer in C. This in maths we call this operator as equal operator, equal sign. But when it comes to programming language, we call this operator as assignment operator. You might be thinking, what will assignment operator do? Assignment operator takes the value stored in the right side of the variable and assigns it to the left side of the variable. That is what assignment operator does. That means whatever the answer we get, it assigns it to the left side of the variable. Then once we add 6 and 4 and stores the value in C, if we don't ask the computer to print it, then the computer will not print it. So we use a special keyword called printf. Here it is. printf, printf. Now, you might be thinking, what will printf do? Printf prints what we ask the computer to print. Now we're asking the computer to add A and B, that is 6 and 4. Now let me discuss printf's format. Here is printf's format. Printf, P-R-I-N-T-F, printf, then open parenthesis, close parenthesis. Inside, we mention a format specifier enclosed with double quotes and a variable. You might be thinking, which format specifier should I mention? We should mention %d. Why? Because %d is an integer format specifier, so we are mentioning %d. Or %i. And if the data type was float, we would have mentioned %f. If it was char, we would have mentioned %c. Now you might be thinking, which variable should I mention? Should I mention A, B, or C? Actually, A and B, we should not mention A and B. Why? Because A is storing the value 6. B is storing the value 4. If we mention A, then it's going to print 6. Why? Because 6 is being stored in A. And if we mention B, then it's going to print 4. Why? Because 4 is being mentioned in B. Then if we mention C, then the computer adds A and B, that is 6 and 4, and it gets the answer, and the answer will be stored in C. That's why we mention C over here. And now, what is the first rule? The first rule is every statement should end with a semicolon. See, as you can see, semicolon after we declare the data type and the variables, semicolon, and once we assign the value, semicolon, once we're asking the computer to add the values, semicolon, then once we're asking the computer to print the answer, semicolon. That is the rule of the program. That was the first rule. Now, what is the fifth rule? The fifth rule is any program you write, you should mention the header file. Where is the header file? Here is the header file. That is #include studio.h. Let me spell it out for you. #include #include open angle bracket stdio.h close angle bracket. You might be thinking, what is the full form of studio.h? STD stands for standard, IO stands for input output, H stands for header file. If you join, you'll get standard input output header file. That is what you'll get. So you might be thinking, what will #include studio.h do? #include studio.h gives the definition of keyword to the computer. That which keyword are we using here? Printf. That means #include studio.h gives the definition of printf to the keyword, to the computer. That is what the header file does. And if you run this program, you will get, if you add 6 and 4, you will get 10. That is what you will get if you run the program. Before I end this session, I would like to recap everything, recap the rules. Whenever you write an instruction, it should be within a pair of braces under the main function. And we should always declare a data type and variables in the beginning of the program itself. And once we declare the data type and variables in the beginning of the program itself, we should assign the values to the given variables. Then the fourth rule is every statement should end with a semicolon. And the fifth rule is any program you write, we should mention the header file #include studio.h. And in my next video, I'm going to be discussing more about constants. Thank you for listening.